Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Today I filed for divorce. It's 2 years too late, but I still feel horrible. I am M29 and wife, soon to be ex, is W34. Advice. At this point we've been married for about 4.5 years. 2 years ago I found out that she was having what she claimed to be an emotional affair with her boss at the time. This of course turned out to be half the truth. At that time, it completely rocked me to my core. Up until this point, I had complete confidence in our relationship. I believed it was strong, special and infallible. It took me some time, but after hearing her admit her mistake and plead with me, I reluctantly decided to try and move past the betrayal and my feelings, as I believe two things. 1, she was genuine, and 2, there was too much invested in the relationship to just give up. Yes, sunken cost fallacy. Fast forward to a few months ago, I find out that they were still in touch and I get fed the same story. Bear in mind, I'm not saying I was the perfect partner. There was more I could have done, but I have always been acted faithfully and morally, even given chances to not. This is just a line in the sand that I would never cross. Anyway, I've learned through this process that I should never ignore my intuition again. Throughout the period of time where we were working on making the marriage work, I would never feel comfortable when she was on her phone or out of the house, especially at times of less frequent communication or when she drank. Our problems were definitely exacerbated by her excessive drinking, which, she acknowledges, is a genuine substance abuse problem. Today I filed a divorce petition and asked her to leave the house. I just don't believe that there is any world in which I could ever trust her again. Seeing how destroyed I was the first time and then being capable of continuing the affair is something I don't understand. It's more than selfish, it's narcissistic and evil. I would love to start a family, but a decision like that involves other unwilling participants, the kids, and as a bare minimum you should feel like you can wholeheartedly trust and rely on your partner if you're taking on that level of responsibility. I didn't and wouldn't ever after what's happened. This made the decision easy for me. Of course, logic and emotions seem to call on different parts of the brain. I still feel like shit. I'm concerned about the future. Will I find the right partner in the future? Have I made a mistake? Will I miss her? In many ways, I already do. Will daily things still feel fulfilling and significant? All this being said, I remain steadfast in my decision. Hoping some of you out there who have been through similar can share pearls of wisdom with me that I can learn vicariously through. TL, doctor, wife cheated on me. I stayed and tried to fix what was purportedly broken. She continued to cheat on me, and today I filed for a divorce knowing that I could never trust her again. Now I am feeling concerned about the future in general, even though I know I made the right decision. Keen to hear from others who have been through similar situations. You made the correct decision. Your STBXW made a choice to continue her affair instead of focusing on her marriage. No words can ever restore the trust she has destroyed. Leave her in the street and find a life partner that will help you build a relationship together. This 100%. There were/are parts of me that just want to forget it all and go back to the way it was. It's a fairy tale and complete fiction, therefore not an option. I want to process my emotions, get myself right, and then hopefully be the partner I know I can be, and was, to someone out there. How did she react when you told her that you filed? You're doing the right thing, just don't waver from your plan. Count your blessings that you don't have kids with this closeted monster, and know that positives will also come out of this train wreck. I speak from experience. Good luck, bro. My dad said, your uncle's biggest regret was having children with his ex-wife, even knowing that his relationship wasn't working and that he didn't want it. It just hit me hard and I knew there was no other option. I was 10 years older than you when I divorced. I've had 2 very interesting and satisfying long-term relationships since then. Maybe not long term but more significant, and I've grown as a person. You have your whole life ahead of you. Relax, and I'm sorry for the pain right now. I promise you'll get a new life. You may feel old, but you are so young. I promise you. My parents tried to convince me 39 was not ancient for a divorce. I wish I'd believed them. Best is yet to come, especially as you get to know yourself and what you want. And explore what's out there. There are so many people out there who would die for just the chance at a meaningful and loving relationship. When you've healed a little, I'm sure you'll find happiness with someone more deserving. You already wasted the last 2 years. Don't waste more. I wish I could give you some advice, but as I'm currently in a similar situation, all I can tell you is the hurt and grief will be there for a long time. A friend told me it's like grieving the death of a loved one. You never get over it, you just learn to live with it and continue living your life. The most important things I've learned is the importance of loving yourself and forgiving yourself for wanting her back, for giving chances. It shows the measure of man that you are not weak. And your grief is not linear. Some days you'll feel great, like you're back to normal, and within minutes everything is ducked again. That's okay, eventually the ducked moments will lessen. God bless you and any other men/women going through this. Stay true to your morals and convictions. There will be someone who appreciates and values it. And if not, you can take pride in knowing that you didn't waver. Try to release hate as quickly as possible. That shit is draining. Thank you for this advice. I want to be better at processing my emotions this time round. I don't really know where to start. Take some nightly drives. Nothing clears the head like that open road. Give yourself time to breathe again. And get good support from friends and family. Mediation works too. You have too much to live for, my dude. Have you considered therapy? Betrayal, trauma, and divorce can both take a heavy toll. It might be helpful to have a professional work through things with you. If you choose to see a therapist, try to find someone who has experience with betrayal, trauma, and/or intimate partner violence. From my own experience, I can say that it does get better over time. Think about who you were 5 years ago. You and your life are probably different in many ways now. The same will likely be true in another 5 years. You may have a far better partner in 5 years. Or you may realize that you love being single. Try to enjoy this process of discovering your new self while still allowing yourself to grieve your old life. Wishing you lots of luck, friend. I reconciled with my STBXH for 1 week, and, with every day that passed, I realized more and more how much of a mistake it was. I don't miss the guy who I lived with for that week. I miss the guy I thought I married, but that man doesn't exist. The person I lived with for a week is who he has always been, he just managed to hide it for 9 years. You need to realize that you are missing the person you thought they were before the infidelity came to light. That person isn't real. Think about the person who doesn't care about how you were affected by their actions. Think about the person who would rather do what makes them feel good than put effort into their marriage. 29 is so young still. Focus on taking care of yourself, do things that make you happy. Avoid alcohol and drugs if you can, stay active, eat well and get sleep. You'll have ups and downs, but it won't be that way forever. Stick to your guns. Don't fall for the crocodile tears. Get your life back. Profit. Sorry that you are here, however, the simple logic is, lose a cheater, gain a life. All the best to you. You definitely made the right and only choice. You refused to allow your STBXW to continue to abuse you, you are mighty. Give yourself lots of grace, you're going through hell, the worst of nightmares. You will survive and thrive after this. You are so lucky to be younger and have lots of time to start your life again with someone who is worthy of you, if that is what you want. Sending you healing and peace, and a big hug. Did you tell her boss's wife? How is the company they work for? You should bust this out for everyone to see. They deserve to hurt like you do. All you are doing is stepping out of the situation to allow them more time together. Think about it. Oh boy, your story isn't oft repeated once, so gets busted in an affair, breaks down sobbing, saying it was all a big mistake, saying just give them one chance and they'll never make that mistake again, and the betrayed bites hook, line and sinker. BC, they're so much in love. The wayward suffers little to no consequences, so they wash, rinse and repeat. It's a real conundrum the BS finds themselves in when their world gets turned upside down and everything they once took for granted is trashed. What to do? Reconcile or go scorched earth? Take care of yourself, young man. You've got plenty of time. Don't waste it on someone that doesn't respect you. I have no advice, but I am right there with you. However, I am the wife. My husband lied constantly about ending the affair only to continue for months while we were actively in marriage counseling trying to fix his issues. I cried daily, it tore me apart and he saw it. But he continued to hurt me. I honestly feel like he got a sick pleasure out of seeing me suffer. I will tell you, my friend, this is the hardest part of this. That he actively tried to reconcile while continuing something so ugly and detrimental to me. It is so hard, but the best thing I did for myself was leave. I'm a few months ahead of you. It's still hard, but counseling, exercise, and creating a little space of love for myself is working. I feel like I'll be alone forever, but it's better than being in a shady-ass relationship with someone who enjoys ripping me apart. My husband also drank excessively. Always. I remember he would drink like 4 beers and go out with his friends. He had to be drunk to do what he was doing. Gross. Be good to yourself. You did not make a mistake. You tried to love another person. But she can only love herself. Her life will implode. Don't talk to her. It feeds her ego. Don't grovel. Just leave her behind. I'm concerned about the future. That's okay. You have no control of the future. Shit happens all the time. Will I find the right partner in the future? Maybe. It depends on your approach. If you figure out why you need a person, then likely you will learn to choose a better person for you. Have I made a mistake? That is a retrospective question, and given time you will get the best answer. Right now it would seem that finding peace is the best answer. But tomorrow is another day. Will I miss her? In many ways, I already do. Yes. Will daily things still feel fulfilling and significant? Given time and the realization that joy is internal, yes. But to get to joy is internal, you must do the internal work. Sir, she committed adultery numerous times, and has lied continuously to you. There is no marriage left, she is your covenant vows. Time to enforce consequences. You are only 29, women 10 years younger and prettier than the ex are easily within your reach. Get away from her, get in shape, take care of yourself, it will happen, I guarantee it. She put him over you. Remember that. Thank you. I have some work to do on my self-confidence for sure. The question you didn't ask yourself but should have is, can I continue the way things are now? Trust your gut. You saw the light eventually. It was not your job to fix the marriage, it was hers, she broke it with the PA. So just remember, you will be a sought-after commodity soon to be single 30 meters. She is now a wilting rose and will soon regret the oats she has sown and will be forever known by those that know her as a cheater and not to be trusted in a relationship. So all she will get is blokes in for a quick plowman's. Just remember to let all of your friends and family know the real truth. My ex-girlfriend did this a year into our relationship and I stuck around for 2 years. We eventually broke up last year. First few weeks are the hardest. Continue to focus on you. Keep yourself busy. It'll get easier as time goes on. I still miss her, but then I remember all the things she did and realize it was for the better. You are smart to move on. You are certainly young enough to find another woman with whom you can have a family. Your WW is already 34. Her biological clock is ticking. If she wants to have children, she is going to have to find someone soon. She knows that and may try and make a run at you to keep the marriage together. Don't fall for it. You, on the other hand, should look for someone your age or younger who can provide you with the family you deserve. Your marriage is short, so the economic hit should be minimal. Good luck to you. My SDBXW did the same. I wish it were different, but I'm certainly not going to sit idly by while she cheats. Listen, if it takes being a perfect partner for your spouse not to cheat on you, then given human nature no one should get married. This is just more gaslighting. It's a shame even some counselors buy into this abusive nonsense. Shame on them, and shame on anyone who encouraged you to waste 2 years. Way too many people are quick to give false hope. I am no soothsayer, but I think I can confidently answer your questions, having lived through it many years ago and then spending the last 5 years trying to help people but reading hundreds of thousands of stories now. Will I find the right partner in the future? You will find a partner for sure, and if you do the work to identify the red flags in the last relationship and just red flags in general, it will be the right one. Better still, if you get comfortable with what happened and even in being alone, you will know you will be fine even if the next one doesn't last forever. 2. Have I made a mistake? Without a shadow of a doubt, no. In fact, you have freed yourself from a trap. One that was holding you back and preventing the future you want. 3. Will I miss her? In many ways, I already do. For a while, yes. Not going to lie, this is one of the hardest parts. Just chemically your brain has set up pathways to associate her with comfort. It takes a while for those pathways to grow over. But they will. One day you will not miss her, except maybe a fleeting thought, but with the understanding that she was not a path to happiness. Then it will go away and you will be back presently in your life. It will be a kind of melancholy thought, and that's it. 4. Will daily things still feel fulfilling and significant? For a short time maybe not. But with time 100% they will. I predict eventually you will be full of hope, as long as you are brave enough to accept that you have a lot to be hopeful for. Do not be afraid, you are at the place all of us were at the beginning. All normal. Most of us went on to have great and happy lives. All you have to do is try. You will have joy again. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.